we're good to go.
Brock, I guess we can start by flashing back to this time last year. I mean, last fall camp, did you have any inkling of what was going to come for you in your freshman season and have one of the best pass catching seasons that Georgia players ever had?
Not really. I mean, I was just kind of out there doing my thing every day, just working hard, and I didn't really expect much during fall camp last year. It just kind of all happened pretty fast too.
What was it like? Because obviously you come in, you've got Darnell and Reed in front of you, and then they aren't playing. What was that like, kind of getting thrown into the spotlight?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it. Like in the first game in the locker room against Clemson, Hartley came up to me and he was like, "Oh, you're taking the first play." I'm like, "Shoot, all right, guess ready to roll."
Brock, at what point did you start to feel comfortable just knowing that they were looking at you to make plays on a consistent basis?
There was always like some sort of comfortability, but I think after the UAB game, I think I really started to settle in and stuff started to slow down a little bit.
It was like in the spring, I guess, Coach Monken doing a lot of, he kind of told us you do different things. How much was on your plate and how were you able to absorb so much of that offense quickly?
During my first spring?
Yeah.
It was kind of hard just at the start, but I was able to pick it up pretty fast.
I mean, did you ever take a break? I mean, or was it just a 24/7 deal for you learning this stuff, or was there still some time to be a student there?
Yeah, I mean, like a student, like in the classroom.
Well, just life in general outside of football.
Oh yeah, it actually wasn't too bad. Like he like categorizes stuff good. It's pretty easy to learn once you get the hang of it.
What's your relationship been like with the quarterbacks? Obviously Stetson and then Carson, but what's your relationship like with Brock Vandagriff too?
Like relationship, like on the field or
just on the field and off?
Yeah, so I mean, all the quarterbacks are great. They all spin it good. Like they throw it, I just catch it. So there's not like any huge difference on the field and like they can all throw. I'm just there to catch the ball, and they're all great dudes. Love hanging with them off the field too.
Brock, I want to ask you about in the national championship game. There's like 3.5 minutes left, and you make that catch and score the touchdown. Just walk me through what you remember about that play and the kind of development.
Yeah, I remember they called it, and I was like, "All right, let's go." And I just remember doing my little stuff, going out, and Stetson kind of floated up there, and I thought I was going to get whacked by someone because it felt like it was floating up there forever. But just caught it, and Marcus made a great block, and just no one else was out there, so just ran it in.
What's this tight end room like? Somebody joked with Coach Monken the other day about if y'all have any 4 tight end sets, but obviously that's a loaded room, and based on what you did last year, clearly Monken knows what to do with tight ends. What's that room like? What are the relationships like within it?
I mean, we're all kind of rooting for each other, supporting each other. It's a really good environment in that room. Just everyone kind of wants everyone to succeed, and when someone else is making plays, I'm happy for them. I think when I'm making plays, people are happy for me. So it's a good environment.
What do you make of the records you set last year? I mean, there's a guy that came in from California, went through spring, and then put his name in the record books.
Sorry, what was the question? Just like what was
I mean,
like?
was that kind of awe-inspiring that you did stuff that other people hadn't done here?
I mean, I wasn't really focused on that. Like in the moment, I was kind of worried about every single game, just winning every single game, and just trying to help the team as much as I could. I wasn't really worried about all that stuff, I guess.
During the recruiting process, I think Kirby mentioned for the Orange Bowl that you would send videos of yourself like running up a mountain and stuff. You'd set your phone down. Can you kind of talk about that and just what that process was like when you could be on campus or
Yeah, I mean during COVID, like we didn't have a football season, my senior season. So all there really was to do was just work out, and just every single day I'd go lift, run, to kind of do whatever I really could. So I was kind of like hungry to get going again when I got back.
How competitive is it in there with guys like, I mean, you're the All-American and the record setter, but we see Darnell at 6'7", 275. We see Eric, and he looks pretty imposing physically. I mean, and then there's you. What do you think about those guys, and what is that competition like when you're going through drill work with athletes like that?
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like the same at other positions as well. Just we have just so many like just great athletes. It's always just kind of everyone pushing each other, and everyone's kind of feeding off each other's energy.
How do you feel about all the attention drawn towards you, especially the expectations coming into this year? The year you had, are you doing stuff off the field to kind of get your mental right and stuff like that?
I mean, I'm just kind of taking every day for how it is and just going out there and just working as hard as I can, doing everything I can every day.
What has it been like coming here from Napa? That's not the high school football powerhouse where some of these other guys came from. Just what has it been like adjusting from that, and how does playing football in Northern California help you out get ready for this?
I mean, it was a big change coming here, like culture-wise and like the level of play, obviously, from high school to college. But there's kind of nothing that really could have, I guess, prepared me. Just once I got here, I had to kind of just work in and just do my stuff every day.
Culture-wise, what's the biggest thing you've had to adjust to?
I mean, sometimes I can't understand people like the accents sometimes, and some of the food. It's just little different things here and there.
You said shoot sometimes. You sound like a Southern guy. I mean, who has really kind of taken you?
I mean, I have Chaz Chambliss, who's from Carrollton. That's my roommate, and Brock Vandegrift, who's both like the most like Southern accent talking dudes, and they've rubbed off on me a lot.
There's not a lot of freshmen that make an impact on their teams the way you did last year. What was the moment, or was there ever a moment where you're just like, wow, like this is the position I'm at? Whether it was a night game at Stanford or in the playoffs, where you just kind of took a second to reflect.
Yeah, like I mean, I was just kind of taking every game for what it was, and just working hard throughout the weeks. Like, and halfway through the season, I kind of looked back and I was like, I'm actually doing like pretty good. And it was kind of like surprised looking back at it. I don't really feel like I did much special. I don't think. I don't know.
How much Zaxby's have you eaten since you got your deal, and what's your favorite dipping sauce?
Everyone's gonna hate me for this, but I'm a ketchup guy. So I've been eating it a little bit here and there, like going out with some people and just having it once in a while. Not too much though. I'm watching the figure.
Speaking of any other places in Athens, have you found any other places you'd like to eat, hang out at?
I mean, Hilltop Grill is a good one. I went there the other night with my mom because she came in for the scrimmage. So that's one of my favorite places.
How much running back did you play in high school?
Not a ton. We had certain packages where I'd go in the backfield, and I also played running back in Pee-wees. So.
Okay. When did like tight end become kind of what you knew where your frame and speed was best going to fit you?
I thought I was going to be a tight end ever since freshman year of high school, but freshman year I moved to quarterback because we needed a quarterback for triple option, and then that got changed, so I moved out to receiver because I was like pretty skinny.
Yeah.
And then junior year I kind of settled into the role because I always knew I was going to like fill out more than I was sophomore year. So I guess freshman year I kind of like saw it in my future, and then it just kept happening that way.
Does it sometimes when you look at Darnell and Eric, especially, sometimes wonder you guys play the same position? Or, I mean, you guys are different sizes and different kind of skill sets.
Yeah, like on the field, like when you see it, like I'm standing behind Darnell getting set, he's getting set, and I'm just like, he's just a massive human.
Yeah.
And I'm not just nowhere near as big as him.
Brock, obviously you missed the spring with the shoulder injury. Was that something that you played through last year? I remember Kirby saying something about that towards the playoff. And what were you able to do this spring still?
I heard it right after the SC championship game, like during practice during December. So I played the playoff game and the national championship with it. And then during spring, I couldn't practice, so I was on the side working out, running a bunch. And yeah, I was just working out on the side.
Any favorite tight ends? I remember when you came in, I kept hearing a lot of comparisons to George Kittle. Is there any guys you like to watch or emulate? Or?
Yeah, I think my favorite is Kittle. Just watching him, I think it's my favorite.
What's some of the biggest ways you want to see your game grow this season?
That's a good question. I guess just keep working on little stuff in like the passing game and just being more physical and striking people in the run game, I think.
How many players on this team are faster than you? Have you gotten into races with anybody?
Shoot. There are some dudes that are faster than me, definitely. I hate to admit it, but yeah, there definitely are a couple. So.
What do you tell people who ask you what you're going to do for an encore after the year you had last year?
I guess we'll see. Just taking it day by day. I try not to like focus on like the whole scheme of things. I try to focus on the next thing. So, yeah.
Getting back to Darnell and really the whole entire tight end room. Off the field, what do you guys like? Spend a lot of time together, or go eat out? Kind of what's it like when you felt it?
Like the tight end group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right before camp, we had a little like cookout type thing. We all hung out at one of our friends' house and went over to we go over to Hartley's house sometimes to go eat dinner. Just little stuff like that. So,
are people surprised to know you are who you are? Like, I guess you weren't very visible as a freshman, and like you're not like imposing like some other guys on offense. Are people like, oh wait, you're Brock Bowers?
I mean, I guess I'm not sure.
Have you encountered that? Like,
some people be like, oh, like you're not as big as like I thought you're gonna be, or some people be like you're bigger than I thought. It's kind of either way. I don't
You
know.
ever run into anybody that doesn't believe you're Brock Bowers? I know that's happened to some other football players.
I feel like if they don't know, they don't say anything.
Is there a story behind the number 19? Any story behind your number?
I guess there's not really a story behind my number. Coach Hartley gave me a few choices, and I just went with 19. There's not really much to go off of.
What have you seen out of Oscar Delton? What do you think he can add to this group?
Oh yeah, Oscar. He's been playing really hard. He's been learning the playbook really good, and we're just all supporting him, and he's getting a lot better day by day. So it's good to see.
In just one or two words, how would you describe this tight end room?
I guess elite.
Thank you, Brock.
run up that hill.
No, I'm gonna talk to Kirby. Kirby's